Hey you guys, how are you doing? Today we are checking out my favorite console of all time, the PlayStation 3. We are going to talk about the different PlayStation models, PlayStation Move, PlayStation Online, and of course the most important thing, PS3 Exclusive Games. And you guys know the drill. Grab yourself some pizza, kick back and make yourself comfortable, and let's get the kick out of gaming. Gaming was easy back in the day, and it still is, and this is what I like about playing on my PS3. You pop in a disc, do a one-time install or download, and let's freaking go. It's super easy and convenient these days. The PS3 is a budget-friendly alternative to modern gaming. And for me, it's crazy that the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 are now considered modern retro game systems. I mean, I was there back in the day. Anyway, let's kick off this video with a quick overview of the different PlayStation 3 models and then decide on which console version is the best for you. And we're kicking off with the OG PS3 Fat Lady and the tricky subject of backwards compatibility on PS3. The OG Fat Lady was released onto the world back in 2006 and 2007. This baby is highly recommended for collectors since it comes with the most features right out of the box. All PlayStation 3 models support PS1 backwards compatibility, but only the early Fat Lady models had PlayStation 2 backwards compatibility. And you can easily identify these PS3 console models by looking at the front. It should come with 4 USB ports down there, and the Blu-ray player should have a mirror cover. This is also the most expensive PS3 model nowadays, but I think it's worth it since it's practically a PlayStation 2 with an HDMI output and a Bluetooth controller. So with the Fat Lady, you can play the first 3 generations of PlayStation games in just one console. And heads up for European collectors. The European version of the OG Fat Lady only has software PlayStation 2 emulation, which is super dope, but I have encountered some issues with a few PlayStation 2 titles, like missing cutscenes in Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. The American model, on the other hand, comes with hardware PS2 emulation, and in layman terms, meaning there is a PlayStation 2 built in your PS3 and it should work without flaws. So this is the ideal model to buy for game collectors. There was a revision of the Fat Lady with only 2 USB ports and a matte Blu-ray drive cover, and this Fat Lady doesn't support PS2 games, like every other PS3 model going forward. So the first real redesign came with the PlayStation 3 Slim, and my personal favorite when it comes to quality and price ratio. This one has a full matte finish, so no more fingerprints on this console, and it has this really nice grip and texture to it, which looks super slick in your living room or man cave. Like the name implies, it's a bit smaller and lighter compared to the Fat Lady, but it comes with some additional gigs of storage space. And the Slim version is the one that is super easy to upgrade with some additional features. The last and final revision of the PlayStation 3 console was the Super Slim model. The Super Slim model is the smallest PS3 version, and it comes with 250 or 500 gigs of storage, but for the PAL region there is a version with only 12 gigs, which is a bit of a bum move by PlayStation, so be on the lookout for that. But the Super Slim is mostly known for its manual sliding disc cover, which is kind of neat, like the last game I was playing on it, The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, which will be featured in one of my future Hidden Gems videos. But back on topic, what all PS3 models have in common is that they work as a Blu-ray player with 3D support, and you can use your PlayStation 3 as a media center too. If you're on the lookout these days, you can get a used PS3 for around 40 to 50 bucks with a controller and even a few games. I got the idea for this video when I bought this PS3 Super Slim package for just 55 bucks last month. This is the Super Slim model and I now finally own all versions of the PS3, which is quite a waste of space, but for that price I had to grab it. It was an absolute steal. So after testing all PS3 models, which version would I recommend and how would I rank the PS3 models? While the Super Slim is solid, small and looks slick in my living room, it's a clear third place here. On a second place we got the Slim version because it is the one that has the best quality to price ratio, is reliable and it's easy to unlock secret features. But my number one and personal favorite is the OG Fat Lady with full backwards compatibility. No questions asked. Being able to play 3 generations of PlayStation games in one console makes it an easy choice for every game collector. But heads up, if you don't feel comfortable opening up a PlayStation 3 and reassembling it to apply some thermal paste, I would recommend you go with the Slim model, because the OG Fat Lady tends to die on you if you don't take good care of her. So now, after deciding on the right PS3 model for you, let's check out the second most important hardware goodie, the PS3 controller. One of the coolest features of the PlayStation 3 controller is that it's super lightweight and it comes with built-in batteries. The DualShock 3 has a rumble feature and with the 6-axis function, you even can upgrade your controls by slightly tilting the controller for an extra immersive gaming experience. Personally, the OG PlayStation 3 controller fits perfectly in my hands, even for longer play sessions. If you prefer a more modern gaming experience, you can also hook up your PS4 controller with a USB cable to upgrade your retro gaming experience. And here's a warning, be on the lookout if you use third-party controllers, because some of them are really cheap quality and none of them will work with PS2 games in backwards compatible mode. Only the real ones are allowed in the PS2 cool zone. And one annoying feature that I noticed is that you cannot load PS3 controllers on a power outlet or any other device that isn't a PS3 console. Plus the OG PS3 controller has this kind of slippy texture, especially when your hands get sweaty in a tense online match. Not that that happens a lot nowadays, but this brings us to the next topic of this video. The PS3 was the last PlayStation which supported free online multiplayer, meaning you could boot up your PlayStation 3 and more or less jump straight into an online match. There is no mandatory PlayStation Plus or any other online service necessary. Enter a multiplayer lobby and pray to the old gods for some crazy PS3 nerds to be still online. I tested a few games online and most of them were as empty as a new live service game after their first release month. But to my surprise, some smaller PS3 games still had some life to it. Both Split Second and Resident Evil 5 had players online and ready for a match in just a few minutes, even under the work week, which was pretty dope. Somebody was even joining my Dead Rising 2 session and playing with me for a bit. So there are still a few hardcore PlayStation 3 nerds online and you can have a blast with them in some online matches. And that's not the only thing that is still online. The PlayStation 3 store is still here. At the time of recording this video, the PS3 store was still up and running. It offers a wide variety of games, apps, wallpapers and dynamic designs. And I did download these 2 free designs and they are pretty dope. You can also download apps like Netflix or Amazon Prime or this digital output for Killzone. Nice! And it's for the PS Vita only. 1-star rating. One thing you have to keep in mind when browsing the store, it will show you PS Vita and PS3 titles, so always filter for PS3. But let's be real, we are here for the PS3 games, and with the PS3 store we can go back in time and buy PS3 games for the official launch price, like Shadow of Mordor. And after downloading it, you get the nostalgic feeling of being ripped off, because you just bought the worst version of this game possible. Jokes aside, most of these games are a bit too expensive and there seems to be no sale going on in recent time, so I recommend using the demo section. Most of the PlayStation 3 exclusive games have a demo and it's a freaking blast to try them out. I did download the demo of Folklore cause you guys keep recommending it and it's one of the few exclusives I haven't tried yet. Overall, I'm really happy that I'm a diehard physical game collector. I would say for testing a few demos, the PS3 store is fine. And it makes me appreciate my flawless $2 copy of this game. And that's what I call a smooth transition into the next topic of this video, which PS3 exclusive games are still worth playing today. A large portion of the PlayStation 3 exclusive games are ported to modern systems, like the Uncharted games. But there are a few PlayStation 3 exclusives that are still worth checking out today. And we are going to kick it off with a PlayStation 3 system seller. God of War Ascension. This is peak PS3 God of War and the only Kratos game that is still exclusive to the PS3. Back in the day, many of us were a bit oversaturated with God of War games. But replaying it today, the opening levels instantly had me hooked. The visceral old school combat with young Kratos ripping and tearing through the Greek mythology was just insanely fun. The gameplay is super fluid, mixed with a phenomenal soundtrack, makes it an over-the-top bloody spectacle, giving fans of the series some insight and origin story of young Kratos and his struggles. Highly recommended, like the next PS3 exclusive, Resistance 3, the best PlayStation exclusive first-person shooter, with a gritty and dark story about a journey through war-torn post-apocalyptic America. One of the most thrilling and memorable single-player and co-op campaigns I have ever played, with some incredible action sequences. Resistance is one of those PlayStation franchises that really deserves a fresh start on modern systems. Another game I highly recommend is the original Demon's Souls. While there is already a remake on the new PlayStation, the original PS3 version is still a sight to behold. Not only is it the game that kicked off the whole Dark Souls franchise, it also holds up incredibly well. This dark fantasy world is insanely fun and challenging to explore. The interconnected world and amazing enemy design we all know and love is already here, and it's an absolute blast to hack and slash your way through this dark medieval world. But if you want to have some light-hearted fun, then check out Infamous 2. I bought this copy in bulk and for some reason the cover got an upgrade. But the 3D cover art is still intact and the CD is like brand new. And that's the important thing, because Infamous 2 is one of the best PS3 exclusives out there. And since the first Infamous didn't age too well, I recommend you jump straight into part 2, because this is where the fun starts. The characters are well developed, the story is an emotional roller coaster with crazy twists, cool powers, fun gameplay, a beautiful huge open map, and overall it's just a freaking amazing game that's still stuck on PlayStation 3. So if you want to order these PS3 games and support your favorite YouTuber, you can now do so by using my PlayAsia affiliate link down below. And before we come to our final conclusion, let's check out a fun gimmick for the PS3, the PlayStation Move. As a member of the PS3 Cool Kids Club, maybe you were thinking, hey, playing games with my 6-axis controller is a bit lame. I want to be as cool as someone who owns a Nintendo Wii. Well, back in the day, and for the small price of $100, you could have become an official PlayStation Move owner. There were a few fun party titles in the PlayStation Move library, but the real kicker are light gun games with PlayStation Move support. So you can play light gun games with style, obviously. I mean, you have to be an absolute madman to play a game like SOCOM or even BioShock Infinite like that. But if you want to go the extra mile and upgrade your second playthrough with an additional challenge, try using the official Sony PlayStation 3 Move Sharpshooter motion controller light gun. Whoa, that's quite the mouthful. There are quite a few pretty dope games that support controls with this bad boy, and overall it's fun to experience games in a different format. And that's it, my dudes. As a kid, I was thinking I'm the #1 PlayStation 3 superfan, but growing up made me realize I was wrong. There is a whole army of PlayStation 3 fans out there just wanting to talk about their favorite console and their favorite PlayStation 3 game. And you know what? You are one of them, because you mad lad watched this video till the end. So let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite PlayStation 3 memory and which PlayStation 3 game you love playing on the OG hardware. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, kick the like button, sharing is caring, and subscribe. But most importantly, have a great day and get the kick out of gaming.
Geronimo! Did he just slide down a sewer pipe?